talk about So You Think You Can Dance. Has the season flown by for you?
Yeah, it's like snap, season over. I don't know if it was the one-day format or, you know, the fact the Olympics came in or whatever it was, but it seems like, you know, we just haven't even had the right amount of shows.
Yeah, it feels like, at least on this end for fans, it feels like it's just flown by. And I'm like, wait, you only have 2 episodes left? How is that possible?
I know.
Yeah.
I think it's just so entertaining, and that's another reason why it seems like it's going by so fast. Each week it's just been like a whirlwind of fantastic dancing, and you just kind of enjoy it, and then all of a sudden it's just over.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I can't believe it either.
I know, it's crazy. Well, but now that you've had almost an entire season of the new format, what do you think has worked the best for it?
Well, I can honestly say what's worked the best for me is that there's no sad day. You know, I come in to work and the performance day is just filled with one fabulous performance after another, and then very quickly at the end of the show, you know, 2 contestants leave. What I hear from a lot of my fans on my Twitter and email is that, you know, they do miss the second show. They like it drawn out just a little bit. They like to see even more dancing on the second show. And also, I think the journeys are longer, and so that aspect of it they miss. But now I don't really feel 2 people going home. It's not really even in my mind. It reminds me of how the finales always felt to me, that there's so much, you know, inundation of all this great dancing, and just, you know, on a visceral level, you're just being, you know, just pile it up right on top of your head, and then all of a sudden it's like da-da-da-da, the music changes, like, oh yeah, we're here for a purpose right now, somebody's going home.
Yeah.
Ouch, you know. And that's what the show feels like to me now, that there's so much great dancing going on, and then just all of a sudden, you know, at the very end of the show, it's like, oh yeah, you know, 2 people are leaving, in some cases this season 4, which that was really, I never like it when 4 go at once.
It feels too much.
It really does feel like too much. I hope we never have to do that again.
Yeah. Well, if you had your choice, would you prefer that they continue on with this format next season, or would you like for them to go back to the 2-night thing?
Well, for sure I'd like to go back to the 2, you know, shows. It seems that, you know, that we get to analyze things. I love the fact, though, that the dancers get to dance a whole nother show, too. So, boy, I'd be torn, because I really like that fact that before anybody ever went home, I think we got to see 3 full performances before they ever left for the first time, because usually the first cut is the hardest, because in the format before, you know, even when we didn't even have the top 20, it was like they danced one number. Well, let's say, you know, you got bad music, you couldn't do that, you're outside your style, some people were on their style. You know, it could be a very unlucky situation, and then bam, you're off the show, you didn't get a chance to prove yourself any other way. So I do really love that, and even if the format would change and go back, I would still hope that we get another performance out of them before they go home.
Yeah. Hey, not bad to have wishes. Is there any, I mean, I feel like a lot of the really big favorite dancers have already gone home, so is there, if you could have one dancer added to the finale, who would it be?
Oh gosh, that's a really good question, because it was certainly a season of extraordinary dancers. I guess I'd have to say Cole. You know, I thought that Cole might be in there. I had no idea, you know, the only week that he was, you know, that we talked to him about some kind of technique that was bad was really in his cha-cha, and I had no idea he had an ankle injury at that time, a ligament injury. I wish somebody had told me, because that was really my only critique, is that, you know, his feet were so sloppy, and it didn't make sense to me either, because his paso doble, his feet were so tidy and lots of pressure and just so clean and precise, I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what happened to this guy? And then somebody told me the next week, I came back in and they said, well, you know, his ankle was injured. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I didn't know. So, yeah, I felt that, you know, given the opportunity of just healing that a little bit, you know, he certainly had a chance being in that finale.